Transitioning First Responders to Emergency Medical Responders is a program designed to keep Kansas Emergency Medical Services technicians who are trained to be the first medical personnel to make patient contact on the cutting edge of entry-level treatment modalities. This transition will maintain their competence and capabilities at a level comparable to or somewhat higher than their counterparts throughout the United States. This project is the culmination of 3 years of research and analysis of current first responder knowledge and psychomotor skill sets, nationally recommended knowledge and psychomotor skill sets, and what current first responders, ambulance service directors, and EMS medical advisors desire as knowledge and psychomotor skill sets for the emergency medical responder upon implementation of the new scope of practice. The 80 instructional design process is the method of development used in this project. A needs assessment was developed and disseminated to analyze the perception of currently certified first responders, emergency medical services educators, ambulance service directors, and emergency medical services medical advisors in reference to current knowledge and capabilities of certified first responders. This assessment was provided in multiple formats and venues throughout the state, including online versions, print and mail versions, and 4 geographically distinct focus group sessions. A consistent concern elicited during the needs assessment process was the ability of first responders to complete requisite training in a location near their homes. The needs assessments also identified 2 glaring issues. Number 1, currently certified first responders do not feel competent due to not having received adequate initial training or not having received training on cognitive and psychomotor skills that are currently the standard of care for the first responder level of certification. And number 2, the volume of material that must be learned to transition from first responder to emergency medical responder is significant. The design element of this project incorporates the Gagne theory of instruction, addressing the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains of learning. This project will focus on the cognitive and affective domains of a hybrid learning program, providing the learner the knowledge needed to think critically and to facilitate the appropriate application of the psychomotor skills of their trade. The program incorporates a variety of learning techniques in an online learning format. There are pre-class reading assignments, interactive lecture, case studies, role play, individual and group assignments, and written assignments, all partnered with the psychomotor skills component to be completed by local emergency medical services educators that will include skills laboratory and simulation training. Instructor rollouts have been conducted in 6 geographically significant locations throughout the state. These rollouts serve as the beginning of the implementation phase that incorporates the philosophies of the rapid prototyping process. Each rollout included a 2-hour discussion period to address rumors and concerns associated with upcoming changes the new scopes of practice will require. Implementation of the transition training will begin February 2011 and last through December 2012. Module completion requires participants to submit an evaluation of the educational content and process. Evaluations are available for completion online following cognitive and affective training or in hard copy format during the psychomotor skills training. All evaluations will be reviewed upon receipt. Identified critical errors affecting student outcomes will be addressed immediately with subsequent changes provided to instructors via their secure www.acrobat.com account. Minor errors such as typographical or logistical errors will be addressed in quarterly updates to course materials via the same www.acrobat.com account. Evaluations will be an ongoing process throughout the 2 years of transition training. Formative and summative evaluation tools have been developed and will be used for this ongoing process. During course development, a group of 30 subject matter experts reviewed content for appropriateness to the emergency medical responder level of certification and for accuracy. During educator rollouts, written evaluations and question and answer sessions were incorporated to identify issues with content and logistics. Module evaluations are completed by the participants upon completion of each of the required modules. Each module includes pre- and post-module exams. All participants must successfully complete post-exams with a minimum score of 75%. Completed exams will be reviewed weekly, and a comparison will be developed for outcomes of those completing the cognitive and affective training online and those completing the same training in an instructor-led classroom environment. Successful completion of all modules will result in currently certified first responders becoming certified at the emergency medical responder level. For those Kansas certified first responders who are also nationally registered first responders, successful completion of the transition training course will also result in transitioning from nationally registered first responder to nationally registered emergency medical responder. This project represents a significant change in the provision of current first responder, soon-to-be emergency medical responder care in Kansas. It will ultimately result in emergency medical responders that are more highly trained and better capable of providing pre-hospital emergency medical care to constituents suffering from medical or traumatic